because this is your beautiful, lovely home. Great Texans, as you can see, I'm with the very, very strong, God's chosen, great Kong Makoge, a great pioneer of the first batch. I'm at his very, very beautiful residence. The love of nature is evident in his surroundings. So I'm going to step a little bit closer and have a chit chat with him. Good day, the great Kong Makoge. You know you're my father, I can't give you a handshake. Because walking in your shoes in exile has never been a dog's bone to bite. It's a lion's bone. So I would say thank you for having me in your home. This is me and the great Kong Makoge. Yes, your PRO in exile.
Hello everyone. I'm Ekema Alice Meseme Ato. 9th batch 1982 Nyasoso. I am the current Vice National SG and Secretary for the Bamenda chapter.
Proudly in exile of the 84 batch, that's the 11th batch, National PRO2.
Great Nexans, this is alias Mbamba Ngundwe, Prudential of the 2nd batch. We are so happy and blessed to be alive in Nyasoso. I am the Vice President of the Yaoundé chapter. I am a retired social insurance worker.
Gratitude for giving me this singular opportunity to talk about myself, about our alma mater. Next, talking about you not being able to shake my hands, I think it's an overstatement, because our people say that when a child washes her hands, she can eat with elders. And I think that you in particular, you have washed your hands and washed them very clean. And by extension, I think the leadership of Nexa in this generation have done so well, symbolized by President General, retired Colonel Sila Jam, and SG, Mr. Lawrence and the entire institution. I think that said, I would like to say that I would like to introduce myself. My name is Kong Makoge of the Pioneer Batch, that's 1974 to 1979, which started precisely on the 4th of November 1974. We started the institution, 100 of us. But before we ended, there were many other people who joined us on the way. So we can talk today that there are more than 100 pioneers, members of the Pioneer Batch. Unfortunately, so many have joined Almighty God and our great ancestors. So we are only about 80 now, still alive. While I was in Nyasoso, I was Pioneer Works Prefect. I did that consecutively for about 3 years. Cumulatively, with the post of Assistant Senior Prefect. I think I would like to say that while I cannot say everything we are here now, but I had a very eventful life in Nyasoso. And sometimes I tell people that the prominence which I had in Nyasoso cannot be matched anywhere else, except possibly maybe I become the head of state of this country, which I see as really impossible, especially at my age now and when I'm retired. We had a very wonderful time in Nyasoso, mentored by great teachers, both administrative teachers and the academic teachers. And amongst these, most prominently, our principal, the late Chief F.E. Ngende, who was more like a father. And sometimes some of us describe him that while in his lifetime, he was literally an angel. That was a wonderful person. Next to him was the late Panson. Panson too was a vice principal. Coming behind that, we have people like Pan Ndasi, Honorable Wenge. I don't know if Pan Ndasi is still alive now, but I really want to know him. We used to call him poor boy. So he would say, "You this poor boy, say something and die." And he would emphasize on things like, say, little things in life really matter. And it's today that some of us are really seeing that what he was telling us. We also had teachers like a man we called Dongji, Mr. Siwe. We had Mr. Mwali, Mr. Kwachi, Mr. Lontu, Longo, wonderful English and literature teacher. The late Pa Ise, and a host of us, then Tato Emmanuel, with whom I started my career. He was my pioneer boss while I worked in Tribeca. Those people imparted a lot in our life.
I'm here to enumerate some of my classmates that we started this academic sojourn together. We have Kumekoko de la Lune, Akko Makembe. Always start with her name because we started all the way. And we have Kumai Lantex, Nguemawe Usiaka, one intelligent boy. At the same time, his sense of humor is impeccable. And then we have Etuka Cecilia, Ewan Scholastica, Jume Mado, Sotia Mati, Engineer Ndobe, Kwele Randolph, just to name a few. I really cannot list out all of these, but it was a very big class. And I'm just saying that I cannot wait to meet some of these mates who will be joining us at the 50th coming up this weekend. It's going to be a very great event that we can't afford to miss it. Looking forward to seeing you all. Ciao.
My regards to all the Nexans. It's a pleasure. My name is Ekoti Cyrus Pale. I got into Nyasoso, GSS Nyasoso, on the 15th day of September 1980. So I'm of the 7th batch, the batch that is baptized, popularly known as the ministerial batch. It's a very popular batch. It's a batch with so many exceptional qualities. It's a batch like no one else that has come from that school. Presently, I'm in Yaoundé. I work with the Minister of Public Service and Administrative Reform.
I am Walter Dixon, the Great Badge from 1981 to 1986. Our badge is called Complex 8 Badge because first we had the best results in DC, in the history of Nyasoso. Secondly, my badge happens to be the only badge that has witnessed the administration of 3 principals. Back in there, taking the Benat, and later on we had the
So like I was saying, our wonderful stay in Nyasoso is probably what spurred some of us, particularly myself, to have championed the creation of a Nexan, that's the Nyasoso Excellence Association. Barely 15 months after we left Nyasoso, I was saying that I forgot to mention one prominent name of my classmates, Timeshila, who is now married and resident in the United States. I also want to point out that she's the one who conceived the name Nexa, us were battling between giving the name Nosa and Nexa. I mean, we're talking of Nosa, Nyasoso Old Students Association, and she said, no, that doesn't sound very well. And it tied us to the defunct PTTC, Nyasoso, that was owned by the Veteran Mission in Cameroon, the Basel Mission in Cameroon. So we settled to Nexa. So from Nyasoso, I went to Kaskumba, enrolled in Kaskumba in the 1979 batch. So I'm of the 1979-81 batch of Kaskumba, where we also had a wonderful time, especially with the creation of Nexa. It's precisely on the 8th of November 1980, 15 months after we left Nyasoso. But the conception of Nexa started as early as in the late 1979. I mean the early 1979-80 academic year, and matured in 1980, November 1980, when we launched the association in the 8th of November. After Kaskumba, where we were successful there, we moved to the University of Yaoundé, where I finally settled and read journalism and mass communication from the Advanced School of Mass Communication at the University of Yaoundé. That's where I left. I started my career. Even before we left, we did short courses in Canada, in the International Institute of Journalism and Communication in Canada, and later on in the University of Laval, Quebec, in Canada. I also did courses in journalism and public relations in the International Institute of Communication and Public Relations in France. So I started my career in 1986, the tail end of 1986, in the then mega Ministry of Information and Culture. I stayed there only very briefly before I was seconded to Cameroon TV. At the time, there was no CRTV. No, I think there was CRTV even at the time. But my specialty in the School of Journalism was print media. Later on, I also did communication and public relations for my master's degree, MSc, my master's degree. And I had also numerous short courses and seminars in administration, public relations, management, rural development, and what of you. Talking about my career, like I've hinted already, I started my career as a journalist in the Ministry of the time they were called the Mega Ministry of Information and Culture. Even the Ministry of Culture of today was part of that ministry. But I stayed there only for a short while, and I was seconded to Cameroon Tribune in May 1987, where I also had a very eventful career. I went there in the sports service, which was the most popular in Cameroon at the time. Sports was so, in fact, sports and particularly football served at that time virtually like political parties are doing today. And it also coincided with I think the most glorious era in Cameroon sports history, particularly in football, where we won 2 Nations Cup in football, and Nations Cup, where I covered the Nations Cup in 1988 and the one in 1988 in Morocco, 1990 in Algeria, and the 1990 World Cup. I have also been in Abidjan in 1989 to cover the Nations Cup of volleyball. We won it, Cameroon won it, and because of that, it gave us a passport to go to Japan for the World Championship, where I also represented one of those who represented Cameroon today. I think I also served while in the sports service. I was the assistant editor, assistant to Mr. Tato Emmanuel, who also happened to be being a teacher, even though he didn't teach me directly. He was a teacher in Nyasoso. Nyasoso was my first boss I had in my career. And later on, I was sent to head the Cameroon Tribune news desk for the Northwest and West regions in 1990. At the end of 1990, during the hot days, political days in Cameroon, very hot to there in Bamenda at the time. So there again, I had the rank of assistant editor, central administration. Barely 2 years after I was brought back to the head office in Yaoundé. So I came to Seweda in 1993 as a pioneer public relations officer of that institution. While there, I published a corporate magazine which I captioned as Seweda Focus. I was also producing a radio program which I titled as Seweda in Development. So I sojourned in Seweda for about 10 years, close to 10 years, doing rural development and public relations. And barely 2 months after, I was appointed as the provincial delegate of communication in the East. This time in the East, I went to Itua, served as the provincial delegate of communication. 8 months after I was brought back to the provincial delegate of communication, left communication in 2009, and I was appointed regional delegate of public service in Bamenda, where I stayed for 3 years.
GSS Nyasoso was not just about bookwork. It was also enjoying waivers in the bushes and eating shortcake and Miss Girl at Mama together with friends like Tala Samuel 4 and Alaso Augustina. Thanks to the great impact that this institution has given, Alice is today a teacher of English literature, English language. She's a clinical counselor and a marriage therapist, impacting the lives of women, men, and Cameroonians at home and abroad. Why not join me? Join us to celebrate Golden in Nyasoso come end of January and the beginning of February 2025. Great Nexans. Great.
And at the end of the day, I was appointed at the Cameroon High Commission in London, United Kingdom, as diplomatic counselor with the rank of Inspector General, with the rank of Minister Plenipotentiary, super scale, and also a journalist, a senior journalist, super scale. So I served in London for about 5 years, and since 2019 I am back home, retired on 2018, retired about 2018. Came me back because Cameroon is the only country that can comfortably live. No other country can take the place of Cameroon as far as I'm concerned. Many people are, how can it be going now, especially with the problems back at home? I say no. That's the only country in which I can comfortably live. And no country, no matter how developed it is, it can never take the place of Cameroon. So since 2019, I am here, retired in Boya. You see my modest home, my wife. Retired here in Boya, and in my native Nino area. So I shuttle between here and Nino, because there again, see, every tree has its roots. That's where my roots are.
The memories we have in Nyasoso cannot stop us from coming to celebrate. I can remember when we used to cry that, hey, Naida come, then we would jump on our mother's bed. Bar Florence was our mother in Dom 1. Maria Lango, I greet you. Egbe Mage, I greet you. Dr. Eyabi Karo, not forgetting our action president, Monkam Joseph. I greet everybody in Tanjo Jerry. I greet all of you. Great Nexans, great Nexans, great.
Talking about our classmates, I cannot really remember all of them now. The prominent amongst them was my bosom friend, who is still alive today, Mr. Agume Fidelis Akwe, who was a pioneer senior prefect of the school, Mr. Kole Samuel, the late Enoebai, who rose very rapidly, but unfortunately, the cold hands of death snatched him away from us. We also had the late Nikki Georgiana, a very brilliant lady, the late Kwati Comfort, with whom we started this association. Nikki Georgiana was a pioneer secretary general of this association, while Kwati Comfort was a pioneer treasurer. We also have great pioneer members like Lambekar, who's resident here in Boya, Lambe Daniel, Nya Francis, Colonel Charles Ngume, Colonel Wane Samuel, young Christopher, and of course, the man who stays our batch today as a coordinator, the retired Commissioner Tapiba Bobe and Chupi.
And as classmates, I had friends like His Excellency the Minister and Paul. I had mates like Professor Tachua Doroti. We had Professor George Wane. We had Dr. Fomeki Novet. Friends like Jan Behu, Benjamin Joseph, and Ogana Ivo, popularly known as Kwambo. We had Eme Martin, Ise Kome, Cletus, who's currently the president of the batch and is principal of GHS Bangem. We had friends like Ijole Priscon Dube, friend of mine. We had people like Kam Kalista, Dinamo Oscar, Tabe Luisa, Divine, Alice Inogene, we had Angela Fekeme, Moa Beatrice, Dawanja Jeanette, Hans Ikoti or Ikoti Hans, Ibia Felix, Ita Evelyn, Wu Anastasia, and a host of many more who made up that beautiful class.
Nyasoso has given us a very solid foundation, from which today I am a state auditor with the Minister of State Audit at the Presidency of the Republic. I am a member of AfroSci. AfroSci is African Organization of Supreme Court Institutes. I'm a consultant with IntoSci. IntoSci is International Organization of Supreme Audit Institutions. I'm also a consultant with PFIA. while in Nyaso, we met friends like Clement Dume, Ukule Erege Wang, senior translator and interpreter. Right, people senior administrator like Ikema William, the SDO of Roman Uba, so the Clement, the DO of Mbanga. We had friends like Ojo Martin, who is the president Master General of Cameroon Embassy in London and London and Land. We had treasury inspectors like Lefat Celestin. There is also a Canada Ivo, provincial delegate, regional delegate of the foreign service in Northwest. We had prominent leaders like Linus, Boke Divine, Wana Isaac, Dijoro, Banjeri. We had university dons like Dr. Mbotolian of University of Bulova, Dr. Atenkem. We have other lecturers like Pakubian, principals like Jamekletus, and many others. In diaspora, we have people like Ekana Evaristus, Epieveli, Ebang Apollonia, Bonurus, Santo Patience, and also others.
The best experience while in Nyasoso, in fact, there are many and I don't even know where to start, because our class, as I said, was an exceptional class. And so I will start with an experience that made us exceptional. That's the only batch, the only class that has right back as in Form 1 made a difference. That's the only class that wrote against the senior students and costed us quite a lot. We wrote La Voix, popularly known, petition or whatever you want to call it, track against the senior student, and it really made news on the campus. When these students were harassed and brought to the campus during our evening meal, were beaten up and all of that, it wasn't easy. So that batch has always stood up to be different. Like myself, whose name was always on the punishment list, prefer to say, who is this Incontisila thing? And when they say him, very tiny few man, you only hear the name, you don't see him. There are many others like that. Experiences in Nyasoso were very, very wonderful.
While in Nyasoso, there's two events that I can never forget. First, there is the kind of Bedume is the lateral soil that was found in Bedume village that we used to carry and put it in the compound, inside the compound. And whenever your name fell on the punishment list that you were going to carry Bedume, in fact, you started crying. Because you carry Bedume, that lateral we call it Bedume because the lateral soil from Bedume. You carry from Bedume right up to the compound, right up to the compound where you have to litter the compound with Bedume. Most of it, if they say that you're going to carry about 10 times, but the measurement standard was 20 liters, a container of 20 liters. So if they say you carry 10 times, you carry about 10 times of that 20 liters. That's about 200 liters. 200 containers of food in it. So, in fact, whenever your name fell on punishment that you are carrying in there was a problem. Another incident we witnessed in Nyasoso is the telephone line. Telephone line, that was a block, and the wall that was separated from 5 and block 5 and block 4. That's where in the evening after lights out, students used to go, those students who had like small things, they used to go to the telephone line and converse and do all those kind of things as well. So those were the funny issues we had in Nyasoso. Then another thing is letter writing, sending of letters rather. Whenever you were called up to come and receive letter, especially in the in the evening, we used to look at you as a star. Because not everybody was receiving letter and money order. So whenever they were called up to come and receive, then you have a letter or a money order, we used to look at you as a star. To the extent that some of us who were not reporting to be having letters, whenever I went on weekend, I write a letter for myself, I post it so that when it comes, so that they come and meet me in school. So that when they are calling the names of those who are having letters, they will also call my name, and I will also be looking. They will also call my name. and I'll be happy that I'm also receiving later. And then my friends will also be looking at me as a star. So those are some of those things that caught attention in that song.
Yeah, this is a schnapps, which is generally used in traditions, in our traditions. You see the key, it's like giving the key which you open the door with. I think we have entered after the celebration of Golden Jubilee, which is a wonderful milestone. We're entering into a new age. So for me, as one of the leading fathers of this next song, this is the key which you hear today to present your executive and the young generation, which will open the key into the future.
Amen.
This is I brought this, my wife and I, we traveled to Zurich last year. This is what I brought from my daughter. It's a gold level, and we're celebrating gold. So that's why I say on behalf of your generation and your administration now, let Colonel Sona Jam that will open that and the taste of it.
Next I celebrate. Great next I
senior prefect of the school, Mr. Ogune Fidelis. And myself was the assistant, cumulatively in the post of works prefect. Yeah, so you can go there.
All right. So yourself, introduce the first
The first
senior prefect
I was
ever.
first assistant senior prefect cumulatively
Okay.
in the position of works prefect.
So this is the great Kong Makoge introducing the pillar badge, the pioneers. You see very young men, looking very young with six packs.
You don't know you can be punished.
Extremely handsome. We have here, this is someone I know, prophetic emblem. Thank you, sir. Can you introduce yourself, sir?
Yeah, and not child. The most stubborn of the time.
I disagree. It was big stubborn.
He was stubborn.
Oh my
On the
goodness.
contrary, I prefer to introduce him from a positive point. He was one of
No,
our
I'll say
greatest,
it's in a good
one
way.
of our greatest footballers.
Wow.
long as he-
Yeah. Oh yeah.
As young as he was, he was
Really?
the number 5.
He played with the Vancouver Rangers second division team here.
Played in the second division team.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
And his late father, was the pioneer secretary general of the Great Fuela. So in a way, our own prophet.
Exactly. Thank you, Prophet Eno Charles. So, what were your best experiences back here? We are back to base, back to school, back to life. So many years back, this place was all life and fun to you.
Please just focus the camera over there.
Okay.
The refect.
Oh my God. That is the Concha factory. Okay. Those were your best moments. What were your favorite meals, sir?
We had the right to start. On Wednesday, collect all the bread and meat.
Gary soup.
Yes.
Okay.
Curry soup and meat. Wednesday meals we go there on market day, so they usually go to the market, buy fresh meat, eat curry.
Mine was
Soup
fufu
and
and
meat.
pankala.
They make popcorn kalang here.
Fridays.
Okay, on Fridays.
In his house, his family house.
Oh, thank you so much. All right, we have here. Oh, that is a ground.
Yeah, the man who you never defeat him in any argument. You can never cajole him. No argument, don't cajole him.
Thank you, sir. What are your real names?
My real names are Ngolompele Kanene Fried.
Very rare name and a special one. So, what were your special memories back here 50 years ago?
Yeah, 50 years ago. Yeah. We loved ourselves, and always when Paul was somehow impressed, he would say, "Give us a common meal."
Bangende, Chief F. Ingende.
He offers us a common meal. That day we shall eat and drink a bottle of soup.
Wow, that you people really are the father. You were actually blessed in your own time, in your era, to have not a principal but a father. So thank you so much.
Confidence in our own selves.
You are
Many will not know.
Wow.
We are the pioneers of this place.
Thank you.
Look at that view.
Okay.
But all around.
Yes.
I wanted to start it back.
Our mother.
Okay. What was?
I am very pleased that I'm here again.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you here. What are your fond memories of this beautiful institution? What are your fond memories?
First was Chicken the first.
Okay. Everyone is talking about Chingende so
Oh,
much.
I used to be a great man.
That was my principal.
I used to be a
Was
great
he
man.
also more of a spiritual guide to you guys?
Sir, we had a prayer center there.
Because it seems he had a stronghold.
You can't talk about Chingende and
Our church services were.
So he made sure everyone was attending church service. You don't dodge from.
No, everybody. You're either going to town or
When we had social, he will come and pick us.
So what other fun memories you had in Chingende? Even why is everybody missing the concha? You see, that cook at that time was superb.
yes.
That's a boy.
Every time they say put this.
I'm Mr. Martin. He owns everything here.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, he used to be a lovely environment.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. We have Chief Koke.
Yes.
I hope I pronounce the name well. Chief of Nyan. Oh, my father. I like for us to talk a lot about Nyan. I have never. Okay. All right. It's your elite. Thank you so much, Your Highness. I am honored to be here in front of you. What are your fond memories?
I was going to Kennedy.
So, when I got up there, I met him. He had people with somewhere. After we strolled again,
So you know, this was another very quiet person. Very quiet.
All right. So
I see how that memory.
See how the
Used to make noise up there.
really? And they never attacked you guys in the dormitories? You never had incidences of that?
I never ever gave them the opportunity to come out.
You both ate them? Were you cooking?
In a situation, those very agents that people were just coming like people coming from corners. But then we were happy that finally we talked to the family. Okay. Nobody knew where the bed came from. There's one person, Chance Beast, who declared himself a vegetarian. But at that time, he declared himself a vegetarian.
I'm telling you.
Until when the next election, so but then, like after I was just talking, starting at this, it was not easy. People coming from all over areas. Like we as Panya Bashi, people came from Bamenda, Akwaya, Famati, Northwest, all over the place. Like Panya Bashi, we had people nearly all over Cameroon. So
it seems always evident those things you had back then in the forest, they're extinct. Are they still there? So they went somewhere else.
We had a zoo.
Did they? You had a zoo, and you were not scared they might attack you. They were in cages.
The crocodile was there.
Really?
Even snakes.
Who were just wearing those things? Teachers? Or you guys would? Hey! Jesus!
Because the prayer room were into doubting. Prayer room were into doubting. That's beautiful, you know.
Jesus!
You were which batch? No, let me just ask you a question.
I'm 20-something My God!
gave you a cup, it's more water, and give it. If it is not satisfied, we'll give you again. Same bananas and all. When you got,
And when you go there with banana,
I'm washing the legs like this.
They don't mean,
It's too comfortable with him.
People would really follow that zoo. I love it.
So these are the Pioneer SPs I'm seeing here. So what was your tenure like? How did you handle students who were insubordinate to the administration and maybe
for the tenure, normally,
all SPs, let me cut you short, they had a particular system that they say, but each of them has one that they are renowned for.
We will not be introducing him here. If he was bad, we'll tell him off, right?
No, maybe a particular way of a particular punishment that he must give, that every student that is that particular SP gets to you.
No, he was dial-up.
Okay, he will talk more.
If you realize that he was choosing student prefect when in actual fact he was not the oldest.
Yes.
He was not even the most huge. At the time, you can see he was not a huge person.
Yes.
He was a very hospitable person.
He was a very hospitable,
He was
understanding. He would
son
talk.
of the soil.
A showman.
There were so
A showman.
many. Yeah, a showman as well. And he hosted so many people.
But Great Kong Makoge, you were noted for being a very heavy disciplinarian.
Yes.
Works prefect.
Yes.
Works prefect. People still remember
Senior prefect.
He was strict.
they remember their backs, how their backs felt when you want to make them burn under the sun. I mean, people should remember that they had to bend their backs and work.
No.
When you want to put them on.
During our contrary, I was strict. But I was very compassionate.
Okay.
Because I even instituted even something which they used to call Kong's Code of Justice.
You buy the code of
to ensure
a code of justice.
Yeah, Kong's Code of Justice. To ensure that people were.
Okay, Kong's Code of
I was
Justice.
not
Okay.
interested in punishing people every week. So what I did now was ensure that people were actually punished are those who actually deserve punishment. And I was doing
notorious.
And I did that only on a monthly basis. Unlike others who were punishing people on a weekly basis or sometimes even on a daily basis. So you will come there and defend yourself. And defend yourself.
Yes, okay, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he answered the question.
Okay, answer.
Actually, in the absence of the principal, sometimes he used to go out remaining young for about 1-2 weeks. So each time he comes back, when he comes back, maybe 1 o'clock, at any time in the night, as soon as we hear the voice of the Land Rover, you know he has come. All of us will run to his house until welcome. But when everybody goes now, we remain behind. They start asking me, how has the food been running this and that, so on. Because normally we have some interested that we are carrying on the school.
People were really mature. He could let you people run things for a week.
And then too, like what you said, normally you cannot be punishing people because of what people knew that some of them were doing such type of wrong things ignorantly.
And out of influence from other very
yes.
Most virtually all of us were in our early teens, teenagers. So it's like
I'm maybe happy about the experience of living school life and so on and so forth. But we met here like a family and we grew up like a family.
Besides the principal himself, we also had another part of
one generation
in his absence in the absence of the principal, he always runs
very well. That one will meet you right in your bed.
Wow. Thank you so much, First Batch. I'm glad to have you in my podcast. Can I? Wait. Let me come back to it. Please come back to it.
Yes. Who was the best dancer?
Yes.
We have different types of music. Some people were good at dancing rock music. Yes.
Okay.
Others were good at dancing blues. Yes. When it came to blues, Mameka will probably one of the songs. Then the rock.
4, 3, don't worry. 2, 1.
Great Nexans. Great Nexans.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first batch of this great alumni. We are here in GSS Nyasoso. We are about to begin this day in all pomfrey and pageantry. See you guys. Tomorrow is the D-Day. Goodbye.
Nexans. Great Nexans. Great Nexans.